Thanks to the support as a channel member, Glenn Stanbury. The goal for this summer is simple enough. We got 99 points last season. Any other season in the save, that would have been enough for promotion from this league. In all but 2 of the previous seasons, it would have been enough to win the title in this league. We are good enough to be promoted. We're just not very good at the playoffs. We just need to make sure we don't weaken this team, and that should be a successful summer. I'm welcome to part 110 of Bourne in the USA. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our season review and transfer special ahead of another League One season. Don't believe what I said in the intro? Don't worry, I have this prepared for you. So, 99 points we got last year. So, first season of the save, it's enough for second place. We had a better goal difference than Chattanooga did. That season, we win the league. That season, we win the league. That season, we're second. That season, we win the league. That season, we win the league. That season, we win the league by 20 points. That season, we finish second. We win the league there. 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 We are joint top with DC. In fact, no, we win the league. Our goal difference is better. This is last season. DC United Academy shows where they went from their 99 points last year, because they then finished on 112 points this year. We had a goal difference of 70. Wasn't making a note of it as we've gone through, but I suspect it's the greatest goal difference in the history of this division. 99 points. We just got to do the same again. That's all it is. Do the same again. Let's do our season review. Of course, money is a challenge, so keeping the team as strong as it is going to be a difficulty. Signing of the season's gone to Victor Garcia, though. This shows how good our signings were last summer. Jonathan Davies came in, 24 goals, 12 assists, and a 7.29. A person who was signed to be our reserve right winger, ended up being a fantastic false 9 striker for us. Came in from Loudoun United, which I've only just noticed. Frank Baron is our new captain. 44 appearances, 8 goals, a 7.17. Garcia, of course, in goal, and pretty much ever present on a 7.11. Ismailov, who came in injured, then got 17 goals from 24 starts. Another very good signing. We brought in all the loanees as well. We had a very, very good summer last year. If we can have a summer half as good this time around, we romp this league. But let's remember the context. We were newly promoted. We were supposed to finish mid-table. We finished third. Even though it's tinged with bitter disappointment, it was an overachievement of what we were supposed to do. We won 31 games last year. We almost sold out the ground every game. 94% of our capacity as our average attendance. Tristan Wright got 30 goals again. But the board gave me a C- because they're disappointed in our performance in the playoffs. Can I give you some context, please, board? We don't want to look at any of that. Finances are a mess. We don't really want to know about them either. Interesting to see that Takada still sells more shirts than anybody else. McGlynn and Martinez both selling more than Wright and Davies, which just seems odd. And then our team of the season was Garcia in goal, a back four of O'Rourke, Mitchell, Baron, Gutierrez, Gentry and McGlynn in midfield, Rodriguez and Robinson out wide, Wright and Davies up front. The challenge we've got this summer is the amount of players in that team of the year who are here on loan right now. Now, I know I've renewed some of these. So Gutierrez is renewed for another year. Mitchell is renewed for another year. Has past Kev done all of them? O'Rourke is renewed for another year. Gentry is renewed for another year. And Robinson, not Anne Robinson, and Robinson, all 5 of them renewed for next season already. I think we've already completed the summer, boys and girls. We've done what we needed to do. I won. These are the league. So last year I won Coach of the Year in League 2. I won a few Manager of the Month awards this year. Fans Player of the Year was Wright. You also got Young Player of the Year. Signing of the season, as we know, went to Garcia. Goal of the season to Davies. Wright is top scorer and most assist maker. I mean, that's Jorge Hernandez level numbers. He also got most man of the match awards, and McGlynn came in with best pass completions. Tristan Wright won, this is last year, League 2 Player of the Year and top scorer. Don't know why the League 1 ones haven't come through yet. I don't think he was top scorer this year. And then we also received our highest ever transfer fee received for Mark Stackhouse, 22 grand for him. Our overall best 11 still looks like it's been brought out at 2024, not 2034. Still got Kotolyarov, Llewellyn, Nice, Brook, Garlic, Gomez, Briones, Williams, Huyan, Stone, and Hernandez. None of the current team are in our all-time best 11. I guess it shows just how relatively new this team is. Robinson has made it onto the bench. Johnson and Takada are obviously still at the club, but not regulars anymore. It shows how newly put together this team is and how good they are. And fingers crossed, we do go up as champions next year. That's what we've got to be hoping for. The board are looking for the playoffs as a minimum. I think we can manage that. And then they want the club's financial damage to be repaired by the year after. As long as we get promoted, that should repair the club's financial damage. We have no team leaders. A team leader might have been helpful in the playoffs. Not that it's made any difference in the past. Let the players know that we are looking to do the playoffs. That seems to have pleased them. We all love the playoffs round here. And new season team report. This is all fine. What I haven't seen is any budgets yet. We are currently just about level with our current wage budget. We're massively in debt. If we get, in fact, it already says there, next season's wage budget is 18.5, same as we've got now. And we do get a little bit of transfer budget as well. So as long as those numbers are followed through on, I think we're fine. We'll let a few players go whose contracts are expiring. There's bound to be a few. You can see there's quite a few actually. De La Fuente, Hernandez, a couple. Martin, that's what? Nearly $3,000 a week, $2,500 a week, going to be freshened up from those three players leaving on their own. That gives us the opportunity to bring in a couple of new youngsters. And that should be enough because we don't, like I said, we don't need major upheaval. This is the best team we've ever had. It is a good enough team to win the league at this level. We just didn't get any luck go our way at all last year. So I'm not particularly looking for anything. Oh, we even got even more than that. 20 grand wage budget on top of the 27 grand transfer budget. And we're building a new stadium. That's amazing. This is better news than I was expecting. They're looking for suitable sites and possible investors. So nothing has been announced yet. They're very much starting the process. This really does put an emphasis on us. We must get promoted this year because what we don't want is for them to build a ground now that will be fine for League One when I'd like to think we're in the Premier League in 3 years. We need to be minimum championship when they're finalising the plans for the ground so that when we get to the Premier League, it's a ground that's still useful for us when we get there, or else when we get to the promised land, we're going to be stuck with no money again, like we have been all the way through the rest of the save. But that's major positive news. We've got more money than I thought we'd have. We've got the new ground on its way. Forget this. It doesn't matter. All is good. Now we just wait effectively for the 1st of July, which isn't very long because we were in the playoffs. So we wait for the 1st of July to get the Premier League released youngsters, bring in a handful of them, and we'll romp the league next year. Easy peasy. What could go wrong? He says, wondering if this is one of those times where he says something like that and there's still 40 minutes left in the video. Well, we've made it through to the 1st of July. We've renewed a couple of contracts. Money is still looking plenty usable. We've got a nice big transfer budget. Certainly big as far as we're concerned. Bigger than we're going to get next season, apparently. And this is the situation in the squad before we start to bring in any trialists. Martinez, I guess big questions over Mauro Martinez, who we brought in last season, weren't able to register him. He did come off the bench in the playoffs when he wasn't fit. And obviously we didn't really see him do anything. But theoretically, still the best striker at the club by star rating. Still the best player at the club by star rating. So I think with Martinez, Davies, Wright, Takada still knocking around, Johnson still knocking around, Robinson able to play up front as well. I don't think we need to be signing any strikers this summer. Ismailov's still here as well. There's probably an argument we need to move some of these on. Kevin Johnson probably coming to the end of his time at the club. Martinez can also play out wide. Left wing, we've extended Rodriguez's contract. He's got bags of potential and has got a new contract for the next 3 seasons. We've also got McJanet, who can play out there. Ismailov, Aguilar, who probably is another one that we might look to move on this summer. I don't think we need to be keeping 3-star potential players around. On the right, Davies can certainly play there. Robinson, we know, can play there. McJanet. We've got Britt and Slater, the 2 youngsters we brought in last summer. Britt has been out on loan at Atlanta in the National League all year and has done okay. Slater stayed with us rather than going out on loan and then went out. I thought he stayed with us. Apparently he didn't. He went out to the Tulsa Roughnecks, now Tulsa, in the National League, and also didn't score a huge amount of goals compared to what he did in League Two the year before. So they're back at the club, and it'll be interesting to see what they've got to offer. He's showing us 4-star potential, 3.5 there. I don't know that either of them are going to be any good. McGlynn, Gentry, Lindley, Claudivanio. Maybe we can add another midfielder in there. That would be quite useful. We're looking to bring in probably one more defender as well. We're just looking to strengthen anywhere we can and maybe move on some of the deadwood, clear out some of the players who didn't play a lot of football last year or the ones who aren't likely to improve at this point. I mean, Shota Takada has been great for us for as long as we've had him. He's been here, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 full seasons with us now. He was brilliant lower down. He's not good enough for this level. He's already on the transfer list. We'll let him go for free if anyone wants him. And I think Johnson probably goes into the same category. He's been here a similar amount of time, was brilliant lower down, not so much now, only got 2.5-star potential. I think we need to move him on. So we're going to look to move on as many of these fringe players as we can. Then, as usual, bring in some free transfers. Look to try and get this season's Davies or equivalent. I mean, obviously, Jonathan Davies is the prototype for what we're looking for here. Released by a Premier League club in the shape of DC United, and came in and was been absolutely brilliant for us. 20 years old, now worth loads of money. We've given him a new 4-year. I thought it was 5-year. New 4-year contract this summer. And if we can bring in 3 or 4 more of that kind of caliber, we'll be laughing. Right, we're about halfway through July. I'm glad we didn't need a lot because it's proving to be something of a challenge to top up this squad with the kind of quality that we're looking for. There's a lot of trash out there. We're not really interested in trash. We've moved a few players on. McJanet's gone out on loan to Atlanta for the season, so that's hopefully going to get him some game time down in the National Premier. He needs a full season and a lot of goals down there if he's going to continue the development. It's been stunted a little bit. I was hoping for more from him. He's played 74 games for us now, 16 goals. I know a lot of it's from the bench, but kind of a make or break loan for him. And then we've sold a lot of the fringe players. So Joseph Ramirez has gone to Madison down. Oh, I was going to say down in League One, but who are Madison? Oh, they got relegated from the Championship last year. Going to say, I don't remember playing Madison last year, but they've brought one of our reserves. Stuff like that bodes really well. We should be up in the Championship. Taylor Hoffman's gone to Cal United, who are also in League One. We did play them last year, didn't we? I'm sure we played them recently. Aguilar has gone to Charleston, who are probably in the Premier League, I imagine. No, they're League One as well. See, our fringe players are going to other teams in this league. This is very promising. Takada has gone to Tulsa, who apparently don't exist. And Kevin Johnson has gone to Puerto Rico, who apparently don't exist either. But that's brought in a decent chunk of cash. We've still got loads of wage budget left, over £5,000 a week still to invest if we find the right player. We brought a couple in so far. Rafael Zielkowski is a new backup goalkeeper for us, 20 years old, 3-star current ability, so potentially ready to go straight into the team. But I think Garcia and Johnny Walker will have something to say about that. 5-star potential as well. He's been released by Orange County this summer. 3 very good, young, promising goalkeepers at the club now, so at least one of them will be loaned out. Cameron Pearce is 22, can play anywhere across the back 4, but at 6'2", I'm probably leaning towards him being a centre-back, although the game seems to think he's a full-back. Right only, it's his best position. Either way, I just like these kind of utility players at the back. We've got Oren O'Rourke, who does this job excellently, and Pearce is as good as O'Rourke and Gutierrez on the right. On the left, he's as good as Mitchell, O'Rourke, Gutierrez. At centre-back, he's as good as Barad Mitchell. You know, it's a handy player to have. He's already good enough to be playing in League One. He's another one coming out of Orlando as well. So, and I mean, there he was playing for the Seattle Academy in League One years ago, like 5 years ago. He was playing regular football in this league, and he's only 22. So, another very good young player. But there's 2 or 3 weeks until the start of the season, and that's all we've brought in so far. So, we need to, if we're going to do some business, we need to crack on. We're certainly not short of money. £5,000 a week spare. There's still a little bit of money in the transfer budget as well. We just need to find the right players. Well, another week has gone, and only about 10 days before the start of the new season, we've only brought in one more player. Jack Corby is a 26-year-old centre-back, 3-star current ability, which officially makes him the best centre-back at the club on current ability, on star rating. He was playing for San Antonio in the championship last year. So again, the kind of caliber of player that we're looking for. But what we're finding is a lot of the players that we are trying to bring in are signing for championship clubs. I think we're in that difficult little spot where the players that are going to improve us are probably capable of playing in a bottom half championship side. So why would they come to us? We can't give them more money and we can only offer them League One football. So I hope I don't regret letting as many players leave as I did, because at the moment we're looking at quite a small squad. We currently have a first team squad of, hold on. Is this our first team squad? This is terrifying. We have a first team squad currently of only 19 players. we need to bring some players in urgently. What have I done here? Is this right? I didn't realise it had got this bad until I just looked at it. Any old trash will do now, boys and girls. Bring on the trash. Well, they're not trash, but the numbers. We've got 3 more players in before the end, or before the start of the new season. As ever, we've still got a month of transfer window left and a little bit of money left to play with, although the 3 of these, because they are decent quality, were all pretty expensive. So first one is Mike Koritowski, who's 24 years old, central midfielder, ball-winning midfielder. A little bit different to the kind of midfielders we've got at the club at the moment. 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He was previously with the New England Academy. Played a lot of football at this level. As you can see, bearing in mind he's only 24. He's been playing regular football in League 2, League 1 level for what is that, 9 years? So since he was 16, effectively. Nearly 300 league games already at 24 years old, all at this level or the league below. So can't really argue with that kind of caliber, and still room to improve as well. We've also got Joe Allen, not that one, who's a central midfielder, 25 years old, another 3-star current ability central midfield player, a little bit more creative than Tuther Thaler. He was playing in the championship last year for San Diego. They paid nearly £250,000 to buy him last time he was down in League One playing for Sacramento. Also formerly of the DC United Academy, another one who are only 25 years old, over 200 appearances at this league or above, playing for some decent caliber of sides. And then lastly, Josh Pearson is a 24-year-old striker, another one with potential to improve. He's a player who's still being tracked by the New York Academy, even though he's just signed a 2-year contract with us. So it's a bit of a weird one. He was playing for the Salt Lake City Monarchs in this league last year, got 19 goals in this league last season. Another one who's released by, are they Premier League or, yeah, Premier League side, who've let him go on a free transfer, and he comes in to us. Another one who's played nearly 200 games at sort of League 1, League 2 level, scored at almost a goal every other game as well. 16 finishing. I mean, what am I thinking? He's not my kind of player at all, is he? The last bit of news is I don't think Mauro Martinez is ever going to play a game for us, because the day before the first game of the new season, he's picked up another injury, damaged knee cartilage, out for the next 6 to 9 weeks. We're never going to see this man in a football match fit. I am now convinced of it. His bravery is down to 1 after all these injuries. How many? I mean, he wasn't particularly injury-ridden before he arrived here. But yeah, he's a broken man now. 2 major injuries since signing. And that one's a wear and tear one, which is super. Love a bit of wear and tear. He's costing us a fortune in specialists as well. He's just come here for the healthcare, I think. But that's it. Like I say, there's still the potential for 1 or 2 more to come in. We couldn't really do much in the way of loans this summer because the loans that were already here had already renewed. So there wasn't really the potential to do any fresh loans. You can see we've still got a bunch of trialists in, and it is still a pretty small squad. If we remove the trialists, there's only Martinez and 3 others who aren't in this match day squad. So we're working on a squad of sort of 20, 21 players. I'd ideally like to get 1 or 2 more bodies into the squad. We're particularly short for cover at centre-back, I think. Although Pierce could move across and play there if he absolutely had to. But after him, I guess Tim Mitchell played there plenty last year as well. So I guess we have got 4 centre-backs, but it does involve shuffling things around. And there's not much to, well, there's no defensive cover at all on the bench. And the last, or in fact, Alexis Ruiz is still here. The last thing I want is for Claudio to have to play any football in defence. He's never really done it since he's been here. now is not the time for him to start. But that is our summer. If you enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.